audio is not
There
picking
goes.
up on there.
Live.
Nope.
Maybe we had the audio to kick on. Because that's where it started with right there. So, we are live now. Session.
Should be the... That be picking us up?
No. This one down here.
No.
So we're good.
All right.
We are good. Let's see. Still says 0 viewers, even though I'm logged in on a whole other thing. Let me see if I can.
Do you want to move your glass?
We should be able to from here. Sweet, that's good.
Cool.
I didn't open up the breakdown of the WrestleMania though. Do you want to start with Takeover, or do you want to start with Mania?
I don't care. You can just do Takeover since we started with Takeover last time.
We did Takeover. Actually, yeah, we went through the predictions too, so we might as well go through the show itself. Let me pull up the list of matches.
So this week, regular crown. Left the peach behind.
No peach.
Just the OG original crown.
Peachless crown.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah. You all right? Yeah, we can get into it. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
That could have been in the freezer. Let's see. So, the first match on the card actually was War Raiders versus Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Great match. Loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. A lot of spots from both guys. Still told a very clear story. A lot of psychology in there. Impressive to see the War Raiders going move for move with Aleister Black. And I mean, for a size difference alone.
Yeah.
For someone to be twice the size of someone else and being like, yeah, I can do what you do.
Yeah.
So, really good.
Excuse me.
Maybe the last match for Ricochet and Aleister Black.
In NXT. Even though on Raw and SmackDown they're
still all over the place. I'm hoping the shakeup will lock them down somewhere.
And they can get an official brands banner. Yeah,
well,
that's what I was trying to spit out.
Banners. They don't have a banner that has a brand on it. It just has their name.
Their name, that's true.
And then a little panel inside of their accomplishments. So this is going to be like...
Did you know?
Yeah, did you know?
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, War Raiders won that match, which is cool. Like I predicted, or stated in our prediction episode, I want them to have a long run. I want them to break the record of Ascension with the longest title run for a tag team. This is the first step in that. Plus, it really solidifies them as a force to be reckoned with when it comes down to their call-up.
Yeah.
Whenever they make it, it's going to be big.
Hopefully soon. I like those guys.
Well, yeah, but they still got to have the long run in NXT before they can have any run. Yeah. Let's get the tag team in order together on the main roster, so when they come in, it's not for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, Heavy Machinery is pretty cool, but it has not been a highlight reel for Heavy Machinery just because of where they are. They're a tag team on Raw. What are you going to do?
So, aren't they jumping back and forth, technically?
Sort of.
Yes, but no.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to, but they don't. So, yeah, I'd like to see the tag team division get sorted out first before we start bringing in a team like the War Raiders. But once they get there, it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool. And maybe they need another tag team up there. What with Club leaving, and if Revival is unhappy, as I don't believe they are. But if they are, then that also is the same. Okay. I don't think they're unhappy. They may be, and they have every right to be unhappy with their creative. But I think you need good teams to build a good division, and I think they're one of the best. And I don't think it's going to be easier for WWE to build a solid foundation for which the tag teams to shine on. If you let teams as good as the Club and Revival leave, it's not going to be good for the future of the division. After that match was Matt Riddle versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT North American title.
Yeah, that was exhilarating. Watching that match made me appreciate Matt Riddle some. You know, he's got skills, and I just wanted him to snap and turn.
Yeah.
Like just watching it, we were sitting there like, come on, do it, and nothing. And I think truthfully, I would actually like him if he was no nonsense heel, not this bro stuff.
Yeah, I think he could turn me around in an instant. After that match, seeing that match, I really felt like it would not take much to make me a Matt Riddle guy. And like I said in the last one, I understand that I'm missing the boat with him. I don't get it. I don't see him where the likes of Conrad and Bruce and everybody else who watches see in him. I just can't see it. And this match gave me the first glimpse of, oh, he's capable of that.
There it is.
But then he fell short again. What with this, like you said, without him turning and snapping and becoming just a beast, it really it didn't do anything. It didn't excite me.
Yeah.
It kind of let me down.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think more so it did let me down as well. I wanted, like I said, there was a few times in the match where it looked like he was gonna snap. He was gonna turn, and you know, they alluded to it, and then just nothing, and then the penis fist thing. Yeah.
Give me the most erotic fist bump.
And when they actually touch tips, not excited.
Yeah, it wasn't as feel good as it was maybe for them as it was for us.
But there's improvement, and like, you know, we could see something there.
Absolutely.
Where we couldn't see it before, and at least it shined light on Matt Riddle. Still not a Velveteen Dream fan. He's just copying everyone, riding on other people's coattails, and
I also feel that everyone talking about his entrance as though it was an incredible entrance. I didn't get that impression. It looked a lot like Liberty Taxes at an entrance.
Just needed the flippy sign. Yeah. Turn right now.
Yeah. Had he... that crown he had was awful. Yeah. His little gimmicky coach thing, which it wasn't you, maybe it was Clump who's on his way. It reminded him of Macho King.
Macho Man, yeah, that's...
Yeah. It was a ripoff of Macho King's entrance, but worse. And I don't know, it was okay for an entrance. You don't see big entrances in NXT. And it was probably one of the bigger ones. It wasn't better than War Raiders. No,
I love the soldiers out there.
Yeah, the
Warriors,
Vikings. Yeah, that stuff's incredible.
Yeah.
And no one's talking about the War Raiders entrance, which at Phoenix and at NXT and at New York was dope. But they did not. No one's talking about that. They're talking about
a couple dudes carrying Velveteen.
Yeah, a couple dudes literally carrying Velveteen, and then Matt Riddle also carrying Velveteen.
Yeah, exactly.
So Velveteen retained, which, I mean, I don't know where that story's going. I guess on NXT this week they did a lot of recapping this week, and there was a couple of matches, but it was all people who we wouldn't see on a takeover, which is good because that's what you want. You want to showcase people coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So they had the likes of Candice LeRae versus Aaliyah, which was nice.
Yeah.
That was a good match. And then the Forgotten Sons, remember them? They're starting to get a little more play out there. He beat Oni Lorcan, the main guy in Forgotten Sons. And then they did Street Profits versus another tag team that sounded vaguely familiar. So I think they're both coming up, and Street Profits won that one too. I also don't see what everyone sees in them. But
The Street Profits.
yeah, but they're not called up yet, so they got a lot of room, they got a lot of time. So the next match on TakeOver, after I slept through the dream, was Walter versus Pete Dunne. It was for the United Kingdom. That was
And to me, that was probably one of the matches of the night, if not the match of the night.
I think so. For me, that was the biggest one. The story that they told there was to me
the
most incredible. What an amazing title reign.
Yeah.
What an incredible fight to hold on to it. And how beast is Walter to take him out.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it in the last show. I didn't know who Walter was. This is the first time I saw him. And he definitely won me over. Like, just him selling his fingers the whole time. Like, just constantly,
so
like...
Always just grabbing his hand, like,
yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, he was, like, massaging us on, and then he'd go back to the twist, and he's just like, ugh. Like, it's a weird thing to think about, too. How do you sell finger damage?
Yeah.
You know? It's easy to do a knee or to do, like, a back.
Anything,
but to be all, like, he's
Constantly,
hurting my
like,
hand.
Shaking his hand, like you said, massaging it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the match was great, back and forth. It looked like, I was on the edge of my seat because at times it looked like Walter was going to take it. Then it looked like Pete Dunne was going to win. And just the back and forth was amazing. And then for, Walter to finally prevail was nice.
It was big. And there was a lot of, as much as I felt like it'd be a good time for Walter to win, there was a lot of reason to think that he wouldn't. And there's a lot of moments in that match where I thought he wasn't gonna. I thought, well, maybe it's not Walter's time yet.
Yeah.
Like, Pete Dunne is a force, but he pulled it out in amazing fashion.
I'll probably be tuning into NXT UK now to catch a glimpse of both of them. And
yeah, there was a behind the scenes, the .com exclusives where Pete Dunne comes through and they're like, how do you feel about this? He just stared at the dude for a second and just goes, "There's going to be a rematch," and storms off.
Nice.
And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
I'll tune in for that.
Hopefully the entire episode is just them.
Yeah.
Just nothing else.
The shows are really close to 45 minutes, so yeah, I'll watch 45 minutes of Dunne and Walter. And Walter's gimmick, like I was telling you when we were watching it, that is so simple and perfect. It's so well put together. The little details, it's all the most simplistic details, and it's so perfect. Does not take a lot to have a really defined gimmick early on.
Yeah.
After that match was Baszler, Belair, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, the NXT Women's title on the line. I really thought that'd be a good way to get Shayna out of NXT and onto the main roster, but they did not. Winner Shayna Baszler, which is also hard to complain about because she's great.
Yeah.
She's just so good that you're wondering, are they wasting time with her on that roster versus the main roster? But everyone complains we bring up people too quick and they don't have any plans for them and leave them there till you have a plan for them. So maybe they just don't have a good plan for her and need her to sit back for a minute. And that's nothing wrong with that.
No. I mean, they brought up Lacey Evans and all she does is go up and down the ramp.
Yeah. She definitely goes up and down the ramp. That's her thing.
Yeah. The pre-break, grab another drink.
Yeah. Oh shit, I got extra commercial time.
Yeah.
All right. That's definitely a waste of airtime, but we'll get to her to when she became finally not a waste of airtime when we get through Raw and SmackDown. What do you think of the match, though, the four-way match?
It was good. It was nice. I think each one of them brought something to the table, showed it off, and no complaints really.
Yeah.
I thought they,
Belair showed incredible strength.
Yeah.
Doing, grabbing Io and Kari.
Yeah.
In that one big move, and I don't even know what it was, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was impressive. A lot of strength to deadlift two humans and do something to them. So I thought Belair showed great in there.
Mm-hmm.
All four of them did. They all got a chance to showcase really well, tell the story. But
Yeah.
Shayna's a force.
Yeah, pulled it out, no complaints. She is what she is, and
it wasn't a finish that didn't make sense. It absolutely made sense for her character, for the story, and it definitely made sense for as far as the match was going as well. There was no there was no like weird screw job or screwy finishes or anything like that. So it looked good. Good. And then the last match of the night was Gargano versus Adam Cole. 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT title. The first fall went to Adam Cole.
Yeah. With his weird cock to the face.
His running teabag.
Yeah.
That's really what it looks like. I even was watching, they were doing recaps of it tonight of all the stuff, like I said, and they showed a bunch of the times he did that move. What is it called? The last shot. That's the name of that move. And it looks like he's running to hit you with his balls.
Yeah.
I do not understand what I'm missing about that, or if he's not landing it, or if he is landing it, who approved that?
Yeah.
Like, that's a Joey Ryan move.
Yeah, exactly.
That might as well be called the money shot.
Yeah.
He just runs, straddles their head, and they're out of it.
Yeah.
My balls did it again. That first fall, the match getting to the first fall, not impressed.
No.
It was
very lackluster.
Just
kind of It was almost a surprise that he pinned him and got the first fall, because it was just kind of going back and forth, and it was just teabag and 3 count and
and I mean a little of that falls on us and not knowing his
finisher.
maneuver.
Yeah.
So when he did that, we're like, what was that? Was that a mess up? Did he botch that? No, he did not. That's his finishing maneuver, and he landed it dead on. And I guess it shouldn't have been the surprise that it was, but it was. Like I said then, if that was the entire match, it would have been a horrible match. But luckily, it did go on. Very luckily, it went on because it went on to be an incredible match.
Yes, it did.
Winner of the second fall was Johnny Gargano. Johnny Takeover.
Mr. Wrestling.
Mr.
Johnny Wrestling.
That one, he locked in the Gargano escape, and Cole could not get to the ropes, and he tapped out. That's right, he did tap out for the second one.
And quickly.
And the announcers actually made comment of that, of saying that it was smart of him to tap out so quickly because he had won over Gargano. He didn't need to sit there and just take damage when he could get out of the hold and move on to the next thing.
And it made him look smart, which a lot of people aren't looking smart lately.
Yeah, that's true.
Really disappointing. Looks like a bunch of dumbasses out there. But made Adam Cole look smart, and Gargano tied it up, and it was nice.
And then it was on. Then it really felt like it was off to the races. I will say my one complaint about Adam Cole, before Comp gets here to defend him, is he's pretty much...
Get your shots in now.
Get him in now. He's pretty much just Super Kick Factory. Like, his whole... he's got a couple cool moves that he doesn't pull out very often, but the majority of his moves are just super kick after super kick. It really undermines the super kick, I think, at this point. I think we've gotten to a point now where the Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music means nothing.
Yeah.
If he were to come in and do that to somebody and they were to stay laying down, we'd be like, well, that's weird.
Yeah. Everyone else gets up.
Yeah. That doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah. And I mean, I haven't thought about it, but everyone has a super kick.
Everyone's super
Dolph,
kicking like crazy.
Rusev,
Usos,
yeah.
Adam Cole like crazy.
Yeah.
The Machka kick is not far from well, I guess he's kind of up.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we thought about it, we could get a few more out of there. But there are definitely a lot of people who use super kick as a transitional move, and not as a finishing move. And it it's sad when you come from an era of Shawn Michaels
Yeah.
to see him.
Was it the second fall or the third fall that Gargano kicked out of? Was it the last call? Last shot?
Third.
Was it the third one?
It was the third one. He did because that was when when the Undisputed Era came out.
Okay.
Let's see.
But what the commentator said in that was
He tapped out again at the end of the first fall.
Yeah.
Tapped out immediately.
I think it was in the second one.
Started Gargano on the kick, long darted.
But either way, the commentator said Gargano was the first one to kick out of it.
Oh, he did do that straight jacket German suplex, which was pretty cool.
That was cool too.
If you remember that. And he does that Canadian something that's really nice.
Canadian whiskey?
Rye.
No?
But that's when Undisputed Era came out and started doing all of the crazy stuff. Started to count before he made it back. Before eating a super kick, before getting Gargano's face. Gargano ate a super kick, from Cole, and then he threw him into a submission. Which I remember that it was kind of reactionary. God, and tying him up. So,
a great match.
Awesome match. Celebrated with his wife and with Ciampa.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And it was funny because I said that I was like, oh, it would be cool if Ciampa came out here, but I thought it was too close to surgery and. It's like, all right, whatever. And then he goes out there, and I was like...
Yeah, it was actually funny, because I was trying to look up something for one of the things we were talking about, trying to confirm information, and I had seen a picture of Ciampa and Gargano together, and I was all like, oh, shit, I know what happens here. And then, right after that, you're all like, oh, the only thing that would make this better is if Ciampa came out and celebrated with them, and I was like, yeah, that would make it better.
So good.
Would make it way better. And then he did it. And I was like, there you go. There's your stupid moment. It was actually a great moment. It was good and a great match. I would say I think that actually ended up being the second best match of the night to me.
Yeah, I mean...
that's hard. That's hard because the War Raiders...
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think I would have a hard time trying to say which one's better between the War Raiders and Ricochet and Gargano and Johnny.
But then you have Walter and Dunn.
Yeah, but to me that's the best match of the night. I felt like that one did. That one had me jumping up and down. That one had me screaming. Gargano and Cole had me interested. I was definitely in the match.
But you already knew what happened. We watched it a little late. This guy got off of work and...
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Even with that, I was still but that was the end of the takeover. Oh, all in all, good takeover.
Yes.
I will say, listening to Xbox podcast today, one of the things they brought up is that typically after a big pay-per-view, one of the big four, everyone's talking about takeover and how it was better than Mania. And this year, we're not hearing that.
Yeah.
Cricket's about takeover. Really is. But I think it makes sense. I think the WrestleMania card really stepped up this time around.
Face-a-Mania?
Yeah, give me what I want. Give me what I want, Mania.
Yeah.
Give me what I want.
Come on, please, give me what I want.
Please, give me what I want. I'm trying to find the card for the card listing. Did Michelle step outside?
Yes.
Shit. What's going to be an issue? My God, this site I'm using for this post way too much garbage. I'm just trying to get to the list of matches.
You want to pull it up?
It's right here. It's gonna be here.
So I guess this is a commercial break, guys.
Yeah.
Use the bathroom if need be.
They post so much. Come on. I even did a search for it specifically, and it still pulled up all this trash. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. App, just give me what I want. Next time I'm screenshotting this. Look at all this stuff.
Here,
Oh, wait.
pull it.
Announced. Wait, no. There it is.
All right. Match of the night is you versus that app.
Yeah, I won't win. I think we lost 3 viewers during that. Let's see. So Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese opened up the kickoff show. Kickoff show was 2 hours, 4 matches, and a total waste of time.
Yeah. I think that's probably the match of the kickoff.
Yeah, that was the best match of the kickoff,
yeah.
for sure. And it was Tony Nese won that one to become the new cruiserweight title holder, which is cool. Buddy Murphy had been holding it for quite some time.
Since Australia, right?
Yeah, since the Super Show.
Yeah. So at least a good 6, longer than that.
Yeah.
7, 8 months.
Good chunk of months for sure.
And I mean, he defended it, nicely. Every time you saw him on a pay-per-view.
Oh, he was super impressive.
Yeah.
I think what's bothering me about this one is of all of Buddy Murphy's matches, this was the least impressive match he's had.
I think the Rumble Fatal 4-Way was probably one of the better ones. That was good.
That one was so good. It was so awesome. Everyone looked amazing. Our audio is super low. Let's see here. On both of us or just one of us? Let me see if I can do this. What about now?
Is it me? Am I low?
You're coming in pretty green. I'm coming in kind of low, actually. Maybe it's me. Let's see. Is this any better?
Who do we got there?
We got Stackhouse came back.
All right.
Number 1.
Hey, buddy.
Let's see. Both. Number 1. Hey, Michelle, can you grab the door? Oops. Michelle? Can you grab the door?
Oh, are you live?
Clump is? Can you let him inside? Oh, that's nice. Let's see. He said it's better, so I think this was. I think my soundboard was having me really low. Plus, I can speak more directly into my own self.
Like you always do.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, Nese winning.
So Nese and Buddy Murphy. Yeah, I feel like the match played out for the majority of it like a heavyweight match, like super heavyweights. Like they were really slow. They stayed on the mat. They went for big spots and either made it or didn't. Buddy Murphy.
Not what you normally expect from a 205 match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From what I'm used to seeing with the two of them, I'd expected a lot more high pace. There was even a spot in there that I thought, to your point earlier about looking smart in a match versus looking stupid, I thought Buddy Murphy looked absolutely dumb in a part where they slid him between the second and third rope, and he goes and holds himself up and waits for Tony to get onto the third rope and then jump, and then right before contact goes ahead and catches him, falls, takes the hit.
Yeah.
And so it was just way too long to get to that spot and make sense at the same time. Right? So I thought that kind of took me out of it for a second. I was like, if he's going to reverse this, cool. If not, he looks kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Waiting in such an awkward position for anybody. That's not a natural way to sit.
Yeah.
You're using more energy staying in place than you would have if you just fell out of the way.
Oh, is that how Australians sit?
Yeah, I guess.
But
let's see.
No, I was just gonna say, that I'm curious to see where Nese goes with it. Because Murphy's had a stranglehold on the title, so it's gonna be interesting to see where he goes and what comes out of it.
And most of the 205 champions hold it for a while. They usually hold it for a long time. Was it Austin? Austin Aries never got it, but Pac.
Neville.
He had it for a long time. He lost it to, I believe, was it Cedric Alexander who held it for quite some time until Buddy Murphy got it.
Yeah, and then Enzo, of course, your favorite.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Kalisto.
No, Enzo, I thought lost it to Neville. Or I don't
Neville
remember.
lost it to Enzo.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a show we pay attention to.
Yeah.
But it's matches we see on kickoff shows. And I'm noticing the same person a lot most of the time when it's the belt for a long time. It's close to a year almost, most of their...
Yeah.
So I would say not a bad match. Not a great match. Didn't really get me all that hyped up. A little disappointed in Buddy Murphy's match, given all the amazing stuff we've seen him with. Then after that was the China Memorial Battle Royal.
Is that what they're calling it?
No, but
okay.
X-Pac said that in Hall of Fame.
Really?
And it was really good.
I like it.
Let's see here.
You scoot on down.
Our Clump Can't Figure It Out cam. Yeah, look right into that one and explain your shame.
I'm employed. I was not able to get off even though I was informed that I needed to be off.
That's right.
Yep.
You failed.
Weeks in advance.
Several weeks in
Why am I
advance.
talking with a mic?
Getting going. It's muted right now, so you're screaming across the board here. And then let's unmute you. So Stackhouse, how's Clump coming in? Stackhouse is our number 1 viewer.
Hi.
You can't say hi to... He's there. Clump's an idiot. Clump, what did you think of Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy? Did you watch any of the kickoff?
The kickoff?
Yeah, did you watch the kickoff?
A little bit. I didn't see that one. I saw
Yeah.
the
All right, Women's Battle Royal.
So you missed the best match.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it was good that Carmella won it. It was a good... Carmella didn't win it.
She didn't win the Cruiserweight match, no, but in response to the Women's Battle Royal, she did win that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch your feet.
That was my watch.
Still also watch your feet.
Okay.
Nope.
Clump. I was trying to give you more room.
It's like a bowl in a china shop over here.
Stackhouse says, luckily you sound good. How does he look, Sam? Because I'll tell you.
Wet
I mean,
and fearful and sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I figured I was coming here to be comic relief.
Yeah. Cheers to that. I'm not cheers to that.
I like it.
Let's see. The Women's Battle Royal. You have to sit in your shame. I apologize.
That's fine. Gonna watch it, wipe it up on stream.
Yeah. The Women's Battle Royal ended with what
Carmella.
appeared to be a win from Sarah Logan, and it was not Sarah Logan. As she was beginning to celebrate, Carmella, like a sneaky, evil horror film, creeps up behind her.
What'd you call her?
Extra R's.
And I summoned paper towels. Magically.
Well done.
Right? I'm impressive. But,
I like Sarah Logan winning it. When I thought she won it, I thought that was awesome. Kind of gives the Riot Squad some credibility, and then Carmella just, like you said, like a sneaky snake, just came in and
Yeah.
started
I wasn't
attacking her.
even- With all Battle Royals, I wasn't even ultimately upset that someone else was not eliminated and sneaks back in. That happens all the time in wrestling. Let's not pretend it doesn't. I do think it's important on how it happens, and I did not like the way that this one panned out for 2 reasons. One, that is the exact way that it ended last year. So now we have 2 back-to-back Women Battle Royals where somebody wins, begins to celebrate, somebody else sneaks back in. They have a back and forth, which this is my second problem with it. Once you're having a back and forth and you're the underdog because you thought you won but now you didn't win, if you were surprised and thrown over the rope immediately, a la Stone Cold and Bret Hart at that Royal Rumble, or what was it Sean and British
Bulldog,
Bulldog?
yeah.
Same thing where they came up right behind them as you're celebrating. You got too close to the ropes, and they're able to lift your legs, flip you out. Boom! I'm the winner. You're an idiot. That's okay with me. But once you sit there and you start challenging them back and forth, not happy if the underdog then also loses. As I thought I won, and now I'm fighting to survive, and this other person who surprised me got the better of me after like another 30 seconds of fight.
Well, and I feel like in doing that, it would be really cool if they did something with it, like continued it, but it didn't. Like it would. I would like to see credibility, but it could also lend credibility by having it go into something. Have it continue on Raw and SmackDown further.
Yeah, if they can get some Carmella versus Riot Squad action happening, that could be good.
I want to see them do more with Carmella. I think it's great that she's winning. I want to see more things occur, but
yeah, more things than dance breaks. But
those are awesome though. Like,
they're not bad. How did you feel about it?
Same way. Like I said, I liked when Sarah Logan. We thought she won. She's the powerhouse of the Riot Squad, and her almost branching out. It seemed like at first, like maybe doing her own solo thing. Cool. Let's do this. And then, like you said, the back and forth. Sarah Logan looked strong, holding onto the ropes. And then
lifting her feet and her knees were dangling.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen someone hold it like that before. We've seen a lot of feet getting close, but she just lifted her legs up. I was like, that's cool. And then she like pull-ups herself on a flimsy rope.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
But, Carmella winning it, I'm fine with that. Like Carmella. It seems like these battle royals, they don't lead to anything, like you said.
Yeah. It did nothing for Naomi last year.
Yeah. Give her a future title shot, like they always said in Evolution. But, do something. But
well, and I think I know and I appreciate we're at this point where we're not giving these automatic title shots to it, but this is a spot where we need something there. It
Gotta be for something.
This really is the females Andre the Giant Battle Royal in terms of that. Nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it was designed.
Yeah.
It was designed to be the females version of the Andre Battle Royal. And then when they tried to say that it was it Moolah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Not
blue.
real
Yeah.
That crashed and burned fast before they even launched it. A lot of controversy there with how she treated her stars.
Please.
But that was the idea. We're gonna have a women's version of this. Get all the women on the card.
But I'm surprised they haven't renamed it.
Yeah.
The first year, it was, supposed to be Moolah. They scrapped it, a week or two before? And then it was kind of women's, okay, fine. And then this year, I thought they were going to go somewhere with it, and they didn't.
I
They
thought
just
they might
stopped.
too, especially given the shape of that trophy.
Yeah.
And the internet buzz as that shape was. No one was taking it easy on them. I thought they would say, okay, well, we've got to redesign this trophy for one. For two, we should probably just put somebody on top of it. Let's find somebody else. Even like a Bull Buchanan would make sense, right? She was the giant of the 80s as far as women went.
Blaze.
However,
Blaze would be cool.
yeah, she was definitely a trailblazer in a lot of ways. I do see that as a memorial, you wouldn't want them to still be alive. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, give it time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
But-
the Alundra Blaze
Yeah.
memorial. Like, what the fuck?
Still here,
This
guys.
is with unknown
Still here.
circumstances.
But like
She
Xbox
enters in
said,
her-
the China one.
She could enter into her own memorial.
Yeah, that would be cool.
China would be a cool
Yeah.
Yeah,
one.
Xbox said that at Hall of Fame that he said, is
Yeah.
there a reason why we're not doing that?
Yeah.
And started kind of looking around and people chanting, and I'm 100% behind
She was in
that.
the men's Royal Rumble. Obviously a beast, a force
Yeah.
Yeah,
over time. So
Intercontinental Champion.
yeah, hardcore champion too, right?
Probably. Wait, what kind of hardcore?
What?
Vivid champion.
Yeah.
The Reality Kings champion.
But I think that she would be amazing, especially being a Hall of Famer now. Now that she's in the Hall of Fame, they can start to put to rest a lot of the controversy behind her personal life and such, and really move forward into the things that we remember her actually for, the things that she did positive.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of positive about her and her life. Mick Foley's got nothing but amazing things to say about her. Constantly.
I think we're getting to a point where those things we just made fun of, those aren't necessarily like those are funny, but they don't have to be these negative, demonizing things. Because a lot of talent, male and female, you will have things that are kind of less positive.
Trying to catch it.
Is that for your pills?
Yep.
Kevin, take your pills.
Take your meds.
Like,
Did you take them?
No,
You don't even bring them.
I didn't.
That could be a spot on the show.
Pill time.
Yeah.
I was such a
7-second pill time.
Second pill break.
I was thinking of coming in like having like coming in full gold dust makeup, just not say anything, not tell you, just
Oh yeah, with the wig.
yeah, just walk through.
Turns gold.
You know, if
Everything
every
turns.
single show you could like show up late but be in a authentic, incredibly detailed costume of some kind, that would be.
I'll make up for it. I'm fortunately not this. I am good for time now.
You're also already like you could just wear a purple sweater and come in as Grimace. I mean, let's be honest.
Is that a size joke? Because that's accurate. When I shaved my beard, I could be King Kong Bundy again because you reminded me. I look
just
very.
like he shaved, and I just looked at him and was like, "Really?" And he's like, "What?" And I pulled up a picture of King Kong Bundy and just turned it around on the iPad.
It was the funniest thing that ruined my day. Aw, fair.
You're still friends with him?
It's a very interesting relationship. Okay.
Well, to get back to the kickoff show, that was also forgettable.
Yes.
So yeah, Carmella winning didn't bother me per se. I wish with her being of a heel tendency in general in her matches that she'd gone out there and just swept her legs and threw her out. Like, fuck you, you know. Or a really sweet. She's got a sweet super kick too. She could have super kicked her as she's leaning back, flip her legs over, topple over.
Oh, so you like super kick spots?
No, we talked about that.
Yeah.
We talked about the ruining of the super kick.
Yeah.
When we were breaking out NXT, we talked about
Super
Super
kick
Kick
parties.
Factory, Super Kick Factory, Adam Cole. Well, then after that was the Revival versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
I'm really happy that. I really like that Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder got a title. I like that Kurt Hawkins is no longer holder of that amazing losing streak.
Man, it was a good streak.
It was a good streak.
His shirt was awesome.
The
Zero and
tallies, yeah.
The modern day Gilbert.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the moment, I was not happy about it. In hindsight, I can respect the idea of that. The idea of Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder becoming champions again is really cool for them, and what a cool moment for them. I've just been so frustrated for the better part of a year now with the treatment of Revival as comes to booking and strength, the way that they allow them to look. Because the thing is that when it's in the match, that's on the wrestler, but before the match and the finish of the match, the decision of the match, I would say even the finish probably is more of a discussion between the producer and the wrestlers. But they get it done bell to bell. They always put on impressive matches. They always look great. But they keep booking them to lose in weird ways and dumb ways and ways that make them look stupid, and it feels like this big F you guys for loving the Revival and thinking a title run means anything around here. Like, they really shit on the tag team belts once they gave it to them, and that was really upsetting for a division that is comprised of mostly joke tag teams.
The B team happened to be. Kidding.
Yeah.
I'll stop that. I can't even continue that joke.
They only won by accident. And so, I mean, cool, I can get that for a little bit as a neat little thing. But I'll tell you, if they do the same with Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
How I feel about their tag team title reign is up to them. At this point, I've accepted it's a really great moment for two great wrestlers, two big, nerdy fans. I recently got on board, started listening to their podcast a little bit. They got a little show on the network called Figure It Out, because it's all about action figures.
Nice.
Clever. Really fun show, and these guys are super nerds when it comes to wrestling, and it's amazing. So I relate to them in that, and I respect that. Just please don't win every match as by
roll
accident.
up.
Yeah.
Roll up or accident, yeah.
Yeah, not a roll up, not an accident every time. You gotta put together a really sweet move set, and they're capable.
Yeah.
Sweet move set, do great moves, make people think you're about to lose it, and then you turn that shit around and make me believe that you earned that title.
Yeah, I'm torn as well. Like, I like Ryder and Hawkins. I think, hopefully they have a great run. But I think you just bury the Revival so bad with it that, that could be their career, unless, I don't know where you go with them after that. They win the belts, they look like crap, and then...
You grab that.
Yeah. And then...
You can put it on the table or put it in the belt.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, that fits so good. New ice
we got an ice bucket from last show.
And it's shaped like the belt from the inside.
But like I said, with Revival, they're stuck. They're just on a downward spiral, and the only thing that I think that can save them is the shakeup. Throw them on SmackDown. I think they can have amazing matches with all those tag teams, and
put them against the Usos, the Hardys. Yeah, that could change a lot.
Or, I think, I agree. They have a great match there. I think they need to pull some people from SmackDown over to Raw, because SmackDown's got a great division. Raw, it's the comedy division. Mm-hmm. It's...
We said it during last shakeup. We said we noticed how many tag teams switched. Yeah. And we both remember talking about going, is it just me, or do they put all the jobbers on Raw and put all their strongest on SmackDown? Like, how's that going to pan out over the year? Yeah. And we saw.
Yeah, Survivor Series was the huge point. Like, there was one team, and then four other teams on the Raw team that was just didn't make sense.
I remember as we're coming
Lucha House Party came up from 205, and it was like,
remember during the build up to it, you said who's gonna be the tag teams? They need 5 teams for Raw. Who are their teams even? And you started to listen. I said, Don't even try to count. They're gonna have to pull someone from 205 Live. They're gonna have to pull a team. It's probably gonna be the Lucha House Party, and then they're gonna have the rest of the entirety of the Raw Tag division of all 4 teams. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, this is embarrassing, guys. You got too much good talent for this.
Then you look on the other side where SmackDown, the Usos, the Bar. The Bar wasn't in it, right? For the Survivor Series.
No, because they had to be in the title match.
Yeah.
And that was what we said through it all out. If you're going to have champion versus champion, and your roster is only 5 deep, you burned yourself.
Yeah.
Same thing with...
But they had New Day, Usos. They even pulled the Colognes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then it was the Club, and who's the last one that I'm missing?
For SmackDown?
Oh, Sanity.
Yeah.
Sanity.
Oh, right. They're still there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I want them. I
want
I
them.
love Sanity. Their music is like my favorite music. And it's like, oh, cool.
It's mostly helicopter sounds.
It reminds me of home. I live in a difficult neighborhood, Marsh. It lets me go to sleep. It's not,
So every time they come
just go to sleep to the
safer.
Sanity soundtrack.
Oh, the match is over. Oh, it's a helicopter noise.
Like that old McFoley. Chaos can be beautiful. Little ode to Freud.
It is weird with the revival. The past year's been very difficult because this is the team that had my favorite NXT match ever. Them versus DIY was an amazing match.
Oh, Revival and DIY.
Oh yeah, all of their matches.
And they put AOP with that triple threat.
Which was the best match AOP ever had.
Yeah.
Ever.
And then they got booked stronger than the Revival.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool, we're doing this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Super weird. Did you see the She-Vival shirt that they wore to the ring?
Have it coming.
You found it on 123 whatever?
Yeah.
I gotta find it. I gotta give this dude a shout out. I found it finally because I tweeted directly to everyone in the Revival and Bailey and Sasha. So both of them. Everyone of all 4. Everyone of both. But it was a 1, 2, 3 something. I'm gonna pull it up right now because it's only $25 and it's amazing. 123pins.us. So good. I'm ordering it too. And then we can be the She-Vival.
Well, and it also adds on to the. I'm here to represent a T-shirt company, from what you told me.
Yeah. So Clump is our resident AEW correspondent. Any new shirts?
That I've seen? Not really. I mean, they had
a quiet week for AEW.
It was
new shirts.
Yeah, but I mean, they got some awesome hoodies. They're coming out with new stuff. I don't know. I'm actually legitimately just talking about this.
Yeah, a lot of hoodies.
Yeah, but I'm pumped. There's some the past couple weeks in being the lead have been awesome because they've teased a little bit of.
Is that on their YouTube channel?
Yeah. I don't know if we should knock that given we're on that in Twitch right now.
I'm not asking everyone to believe in me on that level.
It's a fair point.
I'm not coming in as competition. I'm competition for nobody.
And I will be announcing that we are competition. I am.
Although on the JR podcast this week, Conrad hinted to a Tuesday deal coming October. But you should know that, not me. Keep up on your shit.
It's been an interesting week, okay? I don't have 20 minutes to watch YouTube every goddamn week for that.
Oh yeah, YouTube is the best platform for national TV. So
I don't have cable. It is kind of cool.
And then Bailey wore that shirt to her match on Raw as well. Really cool shirt. And then Michelle says afterwards when I found it, sent it to her, like, look at this shirt, I have to find this. She looks at it and she goes, it looks like ghosts. Plus they all just lost their titles on the same night. I was like,
Yeah.
just stop making this bad for me. So after Revival lost,
The Andre Battle
we
Royal.
had the Andre Battle Royal. Braun won in a stupid, gimmicky Saturday Night Live moment with a fake therapist. Then the WrestleMania.
I have to come in and say, I have to talk a little bit about this. Came in, I picked up some stuff. Part of why I didn't see some of the kickoff show is I picked up some stuff for the watch along I was gonna have with you. I come into that and the anger I felt you could feel it in the house and it was great.
Yes. I was fucking furious. The whole 2 hours of kickoff was just so bad. I even posted that tweet of Pam and Jim talking, and Jim says, that's great. Get all the bad ideas out first. Let's flush them out. That to me was the kickoff show, and I was like, please let this be your theory here, that we get all the shitty, horrible ideas out of the kickoff show, and then we can move on to good wrestling for WrestleMania. I think they did just that, so they listened to me. They saw my tweet.
Vince changed everything last second for you.
Yeah, plans change last second all the time. For the dirt sheets, 100% of the time they're wrong. It's because they changed last second.
Yeah.
But Strowman looked great. Strowman looked
He looked
frightening, properly frightening. Yeah. He looked less like a very, very. I don't know. I worry about being mean to people because if this becomes something popular, I'm scared of him legitimately.
He's a big scary dude at Rumble.
He is big.
You saw him. Did you see him at Rumble? Were you at the hotel when we were?
No, I didn't.
We stayed in the same hotel as the talent. We got the travel package, which is really cool. There's a message on there for you.
No.
But there was we stayed at the same hotel as the talent, and it was really cool to be kind of wandering around them and stuff. Also creepy to see what they have to deal with on a regular basis. And Braun Strowman was there walking around and hanging out downstairs, and I walked like right past him. I was like, fuck, this is ridiculous. I could see why you'd walk into a room and Vince would be like, don't say a word, sign here. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you have to say, sign this.
I don't know what you used to do in your life, but I have a career path for you if you would not mind signing.
Yeah, I guess I want to, I should read up, see if I can find more information about how he got signed and how he got found.
Well, one of my favorite things about him is I know his dad is like a
softball
one
player.
of the best softball players ever.
Yeah. Slugger or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be amazing. He's a legend in softball.
Yeah.
I guess so much so that in the one thing I saw, they people see him in his hometown, they're like, oh, it's Slugger's kid.
Yeah. But wasn't it Mark Henry that got Braun
He did find Braun,
in the
I think
strongman competition?
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense, man.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, he's a big bad motherfucker. I'll say that I will threaten him on here. You're a little bitch, dude. Come at me.
You gonna get those hands?
And now, yeah.
But I won't sue. I promise that. I will not sue. This isn't a means to try and get money. More or less, you can come on the show and beat the shit out of me, and I think it'd be good for everybody involved.
And I'll offer him drinks.
Yeah, whatever he needs. Ribs. Harry likes barbecue.
Mr. Strowman, what else would you like, Mr. Strowman? How can I help you out tonight?
I'll be like, you ain't shit, and then we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Live.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday on YouTube and Twitch.
He did look fucking big. He was big for a big dude having a 6-pack like that, which looked like. I mean, Finn Balor looks like he's got chicken breasts stuck to his stomach. This dude looked like he had rotisserie chickens entirely glued to his stomach.
Well, I mean, every can in that 6-pack is about as big as Finn Balor's 6-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 6-pack of tall boys.
Yeah.
For a tall boy.
Yeah, tall boys. Yeah.
These are kings.
So yeah, for a moment, it wasn't so bad that Braun won that. We all knew eventually he had to win it. I mean,
Well, just looking at everyone in it, he had to. The only thing, and going back to the women's battle royal, is 2 wasted returns with Luke Harper and Ember.
Moon.
Like they were just kind of in there, and no entrance music, nothing. They're like, oh, look who's back. Like
They weren't even. Neither one of them were in the match for very long.
Yeah.
It's like what a waste. Especially someone like Ember. Here's the other thing that frustrates me about the Ember thing. I don't know why they put the SmackDown belt on Charlotte and made this a winner-take-all match. I have no complaints that Becky is the first double champ. The Becky 2 belts, none of that bothers me in and of itself. But if your reasoning being, and this is based off of no information other than wild speculation, if your reasoning being that they didn't have a credible opponent for Asuka, but Ember Moon was available for Mania, couldn't you have built a whole bunch of promo stuff a la Bret Hart and Stone Cold to make you want that fucking match without having them to get into the ring together before it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they've got back heat from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Ember Moon said constantly
Unfinished
in her promos,
business.
Unfinished business. I'm here to end your streak. I'm here to take the belt from you. Look, you might not have a streak anymore, but you have a belt again, and that's mine. Well, not a belt, I guess, title, championship, whatever. But if she was ready to go, then so was that. But they didn't do it. Total waste. Very upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, Harper came back for nothing as well.
I know, man.
Just
If they had ended it with Harper and Braun Strowman being the last 2 in the ring and had some
well,
tension
they almost had that moment, where they were like staring each other face at face, and it was like, all right, cool. This is, where are they gonna go with this? Are they gonna hug and kick everyone else out until they're the last 2? Cool, but
that'd be cool. And
then everyone just jumps on them and all right, that's it. And then Harper's eliminated.
yeah,
No.
not a fan.
Yeah.
But then Alexa Bliss comes out and says that she's the host of WrestleMania. Which, by the way, for a host of WrestleMania, she made more appearances during WrestleMania than any other host of WrestleMania has ever made. I'm basing that off of nothing other than my casual observation. I've got no information to back that up. But I do know that the year that Hogan did it, he was in the opening segment and not again. New Day was in the opening segment and then only to introduce Hardy Boys. But most of these hosts show up to open the show, and then that's about it. So she showed up in a number of segments, which that was cool.
Did Hogan do a WrestleMania? I know he did the Saudi show.
He did a few years ago, and it was that was where it was him, and then Stone Cold, and then
and The Rock.
And that's when he
Okay,
messed up the
that's
Astrodome Silverdome thing.
Yeah.
And everyone booed him, and he was like, and Austin was like, yeah, it's time where we are.
Yeah. Look here, dumbass.
It's the Dome.
Who's the one whose gimmick is drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's
that's
Hogan's
right.
gimmick? He hits him with the stiff leg drop. The stiffy leg drop.
Doing the Matt
That's
Riddle.
The Matt Riddle.
The Matt Riddle leg
and then
drop.
he hits the leg drop and knocks him right out. It's that thing.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Anyways.
Yeah. I was gonna go with like being a 66-year-old man from Florida and saying,
In Sunny in Philadelphia, they said skin like a hot dog, hair like a Chinaman.
"Yeah."
Which I would never say. So Paul Heyman comes out.
Which is awesome. I love just
That was great.
Amazing.
scooting through.
Oh, loved it because there was Alexa and Hogan posing off together. Alexa's not sure how Hogan poses and was looking over her shoulder because she's a super fan from a young age. No idea how Hogan's ever posed. And then Paul Heyman comes.
Was she
running
even
out.
born when Hogan was big?
Well, he's
Still
always
big.
been big.
Well, I meant Hulkamania.
I think he was bigger when she came up.
Yeah.
Got bigger. So Heyman runs down, interrupts this whole thing, And then
He did not run.
He waddled.
that's as run as he can do, man. There's no faster level for Paul Heyman.
It was a determined waddle, and it was a great determined waddle.
That was him sprinting to the best of his capabilities.
He didn't want to roll down the ramp.
No, he didn't want to
That would've
Sami
been great.
Zayn that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think there'd be a pause, but he's on the enter, and I loved
I love that he interrupted it. That made it better. That made it more believable.
Yeah.
when we were watching the Andre the Giant, when Colin Jost gets the mic, like just asks for the mic and never like just the way he asks is like, ugh. I loved how Heyman just give me it,
Yeah.
give it to me.
Now, the
I
other
own
thing,
this.
as long as you want to bring it up again, because we've moved on twice, but in the Battle Royal, when Jost almost had Braun Strowman out, I was like, fuck this dude. Because it made me so mad. In Elimination Chamber, everyone does their finishing move, and Braun just stands up like, fuck you. And then Colin Jost like, eh. And then Braun Strowman struggling, fuck you. No. He should have broken him in.
Maybe Colin Jost flips ambulances all the time at Saturday Night Live.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He's definitely not writing jokes.
Heard their after show parties are amazing.
Or promoting things that he's working on.
Yeah, what the fuck? How are you going to put Saturday Night Live on your show and then have them just crickets about you? I don't know. Anyways, Paul Heyman comes out and cuts this great promo. Hey, if my client's not going on last, he's going on first, which is exact opposite of Ricky Bobby.
If you're first, you're first.
If you ain't first, you're firster.
Well, I'm going home.
So,
Which, the most Brock Lesnar thing ever. Yeah.
you know, 100%. If you're not going to put me on as the main thing and I'm not the big draw, then you know what? You don't need me here at all. Let me do my shit that I told you I would do and get the fuck out of here.
Go to Vegas.
So believable. All of that was believable, amazing. It leaves the room open. The ultimate respect or whatever. But all of that in mind, Brock Lesnar comes out, loses to Seth Rollins after, does it say how many minutes they were actually fighting?
Of actual match,
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Less time than your average metal song.
Yeah. We'll destroy him around the ring a bit more. Referee finally called for the bell, and then we had to.
I mean, I've been wanting Lesnar to lose, go away, but not like this. Like, I wanted it to be a match. Lesnar, Finn, great match. Lesnar, AJ, Daniel Bryan, great matches. And then that.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely terrible match, and it was like, it was the win you wanted, but
Not the way you wanted
not
it.
the way you wanted it.
Maybe he did go back and say, I want to go home and go home early. And so
Yeah.
they said, fine, we're doing this quick then. Just get him out now. Go.
Beat him up for 2 minutes and then get
have
your ass
to-
kicked for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The
Take 3
intros
Yeah.
were so much longer. Oh, cool.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream's intro was definitely longer than their match.
Yeah.
But, it was dumb. It was bad because, I mean, all of the shit that Roman went through to try to beat Brock, and as much as we booed that and were tired of it, he went through a lot. And the story of that was the struggle of beating Brock Lesnar. The fight that Daniel Bryan and AJ put him through at Survivor Series as I'm a champion and we're both championship material, and this is the struggle it would be to beat someone who's on a similar platform as you. Absolutely great stories. You have Finn Balor, who nearly took out the Beast, so close, and he had to pull out because he disabled him enough not to be able to do his own F5 and not be able to do suplexes. So he had to pull out that old submission move he hadn't used in a long time. It was impressive and scary looking, which gave us an amazing GIF. But then you get Seth Rollins, who goes in there and goes, oh, you guys are done. You just kick him in the nuts and then kick him in the head a couple times. Yeah, you punch his nuts, kick him in the head 3 times, he's done.
That's all you have to do.
What the fuck? That's the beast incarnate that we've come to fear and hate. It was just the most disappointing win of Seth. And it was honestly the worst match I've ever seen Seth Rollins be in. He's known for being an amazing worker, to being absolutely outstanding out there, being one of the biggest workhorses of their industry. And here he was putting on easily the most forgettable throwaway match of his career, and it was for the biggest stakes of his career.
Yeah.
Yep.
Biggest moment.
Biggest moment, worst match. It's unfortunate because Seth Rollins is capable of more and deserved more and didn't provide more. And I don't know whose fault that is.
I think even the build was terrible to it. what could have happened, I think, and they did so many things I thought was cool. Where they brought in Shelton Benjamin for
This is water. That's awful.
The water's awful.
this is seltzer.
Sorry, it was just my ice melted. It became water. I thought it was more whiskey.
More ice, huh?
I'll leave this little bit for here. We'll do this.
Uh-huh. Stepping our game up. 7-second drink break.
Drink break.
We could do it as a mop break, and I could just like mop your flow up that I messed
Oh,
up.
not break. Yeah. So
Thank you.
horrible
Ooh, I got a
match.
cup.
Seth Rollins versus Brock
Fancy.
Lesnar. Great to be able to move forward with that storyline to get Brock out of here. I wish it had been done differently. I even wish that if that was the match you were going to give me, I wish that he wouldn't have... It's your mic. It's on you. You can put it away from me. That means nothing. If he was going to have to lose that match that way, or if that was the match we were going to get, I'd rather that something would have happened on Monday Night Raw. Right? Let him retain, have something on Raw that makes that match not happen, or make someone else win it, or Seth has a second shot or something. I just don't give me a shitty fucking match. It came out with such great excitement of, oh my god, Brock's going on first. Brock Lesnar is our curtain jerker and otherwise jerker.
We'll see. In
Then it was a throwaway match.
yeah, I haven't been a big Brock fan by any means, and seeing him sell to the other smaller guys was great. And so I was actually kind of looking forward to this. When Brock wants to sell, he puts on good matches. When he wants to work, it's great. But clearly he didn't want to work, or
Nope.
I don't know who didn't want to work, but, WrestleMania, biggest stage, and then that
And
turd
that's
comes
it.
out and...
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up for a couple minutes, and you kick me in the head a couple times, and I'll just fucking sit down. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, make it look like a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, you are better than that, both of you. Both of you. It's like a shame on you match. Like, guys,
Maybe next year we'll find out. Like we'll see the gorilla position camera again. Just have him come back.
yeah.
Vince cussing at
Seth
him.
Rollins throws the belt at Vince. Here you go, Dick. Like, damn, no one likes that belt.
That's why we're trying to unify it. So we just...
I was okay with the idea of that. I'll be honest. We'll go into that a little bit later as we start trying to crush through this because we're on match 2. AJ versus Randy Orton. That was a great match. That was absolutely great.
That was the best two stepdads fighting at a softball game I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a.
It felt like that was the build-up.
Yeah, the build-up was my dad is stronger than your dad for sure.
Like, what was that movie, Daddy's Home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Randy Marsh.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
See, I liked it. I didn't, there wasn't any build-up to it, which sucked.
Wasn't
Because,
boring,
they're two great talents. One of my sons is a big Randy Orton fan. The other one's a big AJ fan. Nash loves AJ. Hi, Nash. Trace loves Randy. But anyways, seeing my sons watching it was cool. Because they were almost, throwing blows, going back and forth. But, and they're two of my favorite talents, so...
I think I say 2 of your favorite kids.
Yeah, they're two of my favorite
Damn.
kids.
They're 2 of my favorite kids, so watching them get
Their podium position.
Yeah. But, watching the match, I liked it, but it just, there's nothing there. There's no backstory. There's no,
no stakes.
there's no meat to it. Just,
No. Didn't matter
Here.
win or loss, nothing changes.
yeah.
And didn't really matter what it was about, right? I do like that they gave AJ the win because AJ was representing a hard work background, right? A tough background to get to where you are, where Randy Orton was representing a little bit of the elite, right? Like
Charlotte and Becky.
Like Charlotte and Becky. Like, I had to earn myself here. I couldn't just walk in here. And his whole thing was kind of like John Cena said. Yeah, I wasn't built for the indies because I was built for the top. I went straight to the top. I went straight to WWE because that's what I'm good at. And you weren't good at that until you got good at something else, right? So I get that. It's an awesome storyline. They've used it a few times with a few people. I love it every time. I like that they gave AJ the win to say, you know what, the indies can mean something. Like, it's not without nothing. And especially for a guy like AJ who came in on top, first year had a belt, You know what I mean? Enters in the Royal Rumble as a what a fucking good entry into the company. So brilliant. So smart.
Terrible camera work. I just remember them cutting to Roman like, what is this?
Yeah, Roman's like,
And then you get this, you hear
who's
the
that?
roar. It's like, what is?
oh yeah. Everyone's freaking out, but you at home. What's happening?
Yeah.
Damn, that would be cool to be in the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, having AJ's win matter, because it meant something.
And see, I just wish there was number one contender matches. This would have been a great number one contenders match. You know, winner faces the winner of Daniel Bryan, Kofi. You know, it meant something. You know, that they'll each be giving it all. Cool, go with it. Instead, like I said, just do it. Do what you do best. Go out there.
If you're gonna make these quick matches like this, where you're not doing build up, you need something there, and that's a great way to add some heat on. Like throw some stank on it. We're gonna make you number one contender. Great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we need a couple more months of anger.
Yeah.
Even although it did have honestly my favorite segment in the longest time of Kevin Owens just noping out of.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was so good. Like arms down, back straight, walking out. Get the fuck out of the ring. Get the fuck out of the ring. Get the fuck out of the ring.
And see, I'm pissed he wasn't in Mania in any capacity.
Doesn't make any sense. He's one of your best talent.
Yeah.
And he came back and immediately proved that
Yeah.
again. Like fuck.
At least throw him into the Battle Royal, just so he's there.
Yeah.
But
I want him stuff to mean more.
yeah, no, I do too. Yeah. But just him there.
But he could have been in the AJ
Because if you're
because that meant nothing anyways.
Yeah, triple threat. But you know, like I said, if you're a big KO fan, you go to Mania, and then he's not there after his return. It's like
he didn't show up on either night, right? Actually, you know what? On SmackDown after they went off the air, KO and Sammy went at it for a little bit.
oh nice.
So it was like you said, I'm a fucking KO fan. I go pay for WrestleMania. I get there and no KO.
Yeah.
Okay. Also no Undertaker. But we'll get to that.
Cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
I was too. We'll get
An
there.
Undertaker moment's not the same as an Undertaker match, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, fair.
So AJ takes the win. I like it. It makes the idea of fighting through the indies and investing your life into something you love mean something. Something I found really interesting about AJ, they did the Chronicle or the 24 on AJ. It was one of those on the network, and in there he says, "I did not grow up as a wrestling fan." And he goes, and people may not like that, but I wasn't a wrestling fan growing up, but it was something I thought I wanted to try, and when I got into it, the bug bit me, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do, this is what I wanted to be, and I wanted to be the best at it, and I've devoted the last 16 years of my life to it, and you think, fuck. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't matter if you're a super fan. Sometimes it just matters where your heart is, and his heart's been in the business since the beginning of his entry into it, so really cool for that to mean something in that win. After that, Lacey Evans came out. Waved hello, pose. I took a bathroom break. Usos versus Ricochet, and Black versus. Okay.
Usos versus Ricochet
SmackDown
and Black
tag team-
versus. There's a weird way of
What are
speaking
you
English.
doing? Cheers.
Cheers.
Not to you. I'm tired of you already.
First time I met you, I like you more. You're my favorite.
Exactly.
That's fair. I just cut you out. Camera just changed to this one. You're over there. No one can see you. SmackDown Tag Team Title match.
Squeeze heavily into the mic.
If you lean forward enough, we'll see you right. There's that fat head.
Made me sad and
I put
accurate.
you back. Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team
Rusev.
Title match.
And Rusev.
Whatever.
Shinsuke's the one-man
Fair.
army.
Shinsuke is all it takes. Knee to face. Knee to face. I will say that, as I said in the prediction episode, that you were unavailable for because you suck at doing the only thing I asked you to do. We talked about. We talked about my prediction being that I wanted the Usos to win just so they can have that moment. This was historic. It was the first time any tag team's gone into 3 consecutive WrestleManias as the champion. I wanted them to have one WrestleMania where they walk out as the champion. They got it. I even said on that show, if they lost it on SmackDown, I wouldn't even be bothered. I was a little bothered. But it still felt good in general. So having them walk out with the belts, walk in with the belts, retaining at a Mania to me is just as big as winning at a Mania. It's a big deal. Walking out with a belt, whether you walked in with it, it's huge. So I'm really glad for them as a tag team, and as a tag team that I think is probably one of the greatest tag teams to ever come through the industry, to be able to have a walkout with the belts, a celebration moment. It's just amazing. It just feels good.
And there were only, 2 people, them and Joe, to retain their titles at Mania. So, I think it was big. I liked it. Good match. I don't know. I'm still just stuck on the Aleister Black Ricochet stuff. I love him. I don't need to see this much of him. I'm almost rooting against him at this point.
I'm afraid they're going to burn us out.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Well, at least Alistair's entrance worked.
Yeah.
Then they had that platform, right? So we pointed out that platform at one point was that there was a platform. So depending on who you were, you came in halfway down the ramp versus coming in at the top of the ramp.
Yeah.
There was a platform on the side. So like Rusev gets music and then suddenly he comes out in the middle and just goes and runs in because you got to get to it.
I like to imagine backstage he's about to go, no, you go the other way. Yeah. You go the other way.
Yeah. And then as we're watching it, so Usos come out from the top. And then Shinsuke and shit. Are we still live? It says we're live, yeah?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay. Yeah, we're still live. Sorry. I plugged in to charge my phone and everything went haywire. I thought I cracked. Oh, there it goes. Wait. Are we still live?
I think so.
We're still live.
Yes.
All right. I gotta stop. I'm having another drink. Resting on the Rocks, we thank you for all of our viewers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So still no cheers. So cheers, hold up.
The goal will be to get cheers.
He has not earned one.
Ball when you do.
Ricochet cries.
I did it.
Yeah. Oh, I was giggling when you could see it. Oh, lip quivering.
Oh yeah, Ricochet's emotional, and it makes me like him more. They had that video on there where he talks to Casey after she was in the Rumble, and he's just like he cannot hold his shit together. And he's all like, "I'm more nervous for you in your own match, and I've never been in any of my matches." And he goes, "You're a star." It was so good. I loved it. I was like, "You're good, dude." Yeah, Aleister Black and Ricochet both had full entrances. Everyone else had half entrances, and we're like, "Oh no, this can't be good." They gave him a half ramp.
There's two clear. This is really just a two tag team match right now.
Yeah, but ultimately the Usos won. What did you think?
I liked it. I liked that they finally won a WrestleMania match. I liked that, obviously, it was a good match with all the talent in the ring. You knew it was going to be. The only thing I still just do not like is why the Fatal 4-Way tag matches always don't have 4 people in it all at the same time. It bothers me.
Oh, yeah. The nature of a Fatal 4-Way tag matches is just...
4 people in at all times. Yeah. Cool. I don't like, you can tag yourself in. Why? It's not like one-on-one on one-on-one. There's 2 on the outside. So I don't know, but that always just gets me.
Though at least given the stipulation there, it could have been so much worse. It wasn't a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
The fact that there was 4 of them?
Well, that it wasn't like it can be a really confusing match, and there's a lot of bodies moving around. It was a really good match for what it was. It could have been significantly worse. Yeah,
it was absolutely a good match, and I was really happy with the win. I don't have any complaints about the match itself. I thought it told a great story. I thought everyone got to do a lot of cool showcasing. It made Shinsuke and Rusev seem a lot stronger than I think they have every reason to look bad. Mm-hmm. They do, and they're 2 amazing talent. And so for the fact that them working together for it seems like not much of a reason, what were they thrown together for? Who were they trying to beat up?
I think it's the League of Nations redone.
Right, but
That
there
was
was
what we talked
but
about.
there was like it was the Re-League of Nations. But
Don't call it that.
yeah, Re-League. But there was someone they both teamed up on. There was a 3-way match with somebody. Was it Ali? Is that who turned them together?
No, it was Truth. The U.S. title.
It was Truth of the U.S. title.
Yeah.
They flipped their belts
Yeah.
back and forth, and then they were like, "Fuck this, we're a team now."
Yeah.
That's a weird way to go with
It
that.
did not sound like that though. There was an accent.
Oh yeah. Well, then Shinsuke forgot English altogether. Though. I mean, that was a rough time for him. I don't speak.
Through interpreter.
Yeah. So,
But I know you just wanted more Lana.
if she could just drop into a random void, I'd be pretty okay with that.
You ready
Posted
for
some shit too.
Paige bringing in Maurice and Lana as her tag team?
Ugh. Dude. Can you imagine? She's like, "Oh, I got a team, the Total Divas." And like, oh.
Marsh loves Lana and Maurice.
If you watch Royal Rumble, for anyone watching at home, both you, well, one's me, so just you, Stackhouse, I'm sure.
Stackhouse.
Yes, to Stackhouse.
Just like
I know you'd click for me, Stackhouse.
Are you drinking anything, Stackhouse, while watching us?
Yeah. Are you having anything to drink? Having anything on the rocks? I just sent a message too. Feel free to chime in any of your thoughts. I know you said that you thought the Brock and Seth match was garbage. We talked last week about how much you and I both don't think Seth Rollins can cut a promo, but he can wrestle, and he didn't that night. Yeah, let us know
Stackhouse
what
has
you're
been on
drinking.
more than me.
What?
Stackhouse has been on more this night.
Yeah, he's been on more shows than you. Stackhouse is our dude, man.
I'm just featured. Stackhouse is permanent.
Yeah.
I think he lives in Oklahoma or Ohio
Oklahoma.
or something like that. Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a remote episode from Oklahoma and keep you out of it.
Okay.
Um,
You need to put him on the logo.
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he looks like me. You don't even have to change it.
Oh, yeah. If you watch Royal Rumble during the kickoff show, when Lana gets hurt, you can hear one solitary scream in the crowd. Yes! That's my girlfriend. We were second row, and she hates Lana so bad. It's awesome. It was her first guttural reaction to a wrestling instance. Also, mind you, she's not. But prior to that, she'd not gone to. She'd only been to 2 live wrestling events, and they were at a swap meet, and they were of that same quality.
But NXT.
She
The day
didn't-
before.
Yeah, well, yeah, the day before she was at NXT, and then she goes to Rumble. So this was her first weekend of all that.
Yeah.
Stackhouse is at work right now. He's a killer.
Nice.
We're
Enjoy
working
your
at-
shift, Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you working? You watch TV, man. I guess Josh puts it on in the
Hey.
room. Who would say more than that? But
Dude, if I worked at my old job, I would watch. I had 8 hours a day. I was just watching TV, waiting for printers to break. It was so good.
waiting for printers to break. You can make that happen, you know.
I didn't want to do more work.
But then he'd have to work.
Oh, then you gotta work, yeah.
Dude, I was being IT in the auto industry.
Wait.
If you want an easy job, IT in the auto industry. Just sit down.
That's true.
Yeah.
I once saw a pen at Office Max that was this long and wrapped around your finger, and they said it was so you can. It had pictures, so you can be typing on the computer and then write something down on a piece of paper and get back to your computer. And I thought, if you're on a computer and you bought that pen, you're fired. You're on a computer. You don't need to write anything down on a piece of paper. There's 100 ways on that computer you can get that same information wherever it's going.
But then you'd be disabled. One finger would be missing.
Or you're just tapping on whatever letters
Anyway,
above it.
so let's get back to.
All right, let's go.
Crap.
So next up was after the Usos won, which was great for that moment. They did the Hall of Fame thing where everyone comes out for the Hall of Fame. Nice moment. I mean,
Yeah.
Hall of Fame was a good show.
Sean Maltman needs to pay attention.
Where's Sean? Where's Sean?
Yeah, right. So we were watching. When we were watching too, he's like, "Where's X-Pac?" And I was like, "That dude's running amok somewhere, man. That dude's wild. He's good. Don't worry about him. He'll be back." And all of a sudden, see, he's back.
You even saw Triple H. Hey.
Yeah. Get over here. Get over here. X-Pac talked about that on his podcast.
Last time.
He said what happened was he was out there, he was in the moment, he was doing stuff, and they put up a big picture of China. And he turned around and saw it. And it was the first time he'd seen China with the Hall of Fame logo like that. And he pointed up at it and then just kind of like froze. And he was just like in the moment. So there's like, wake up! And then they woke him up.
It makes it even worse. Triple H is over there. Come on. And he's just.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. So he wasn't running amok. He was distracted. And what an amazing moment for him.
Yeah. The moment gave me blue balls.
Yeah.
I was watching everyone congratulate each other.
Wait.
I see Sean walking to Brett, and I'm like, oh, what are they gonna do? You know,
Tackle
are they
him.
gonna? Yeah, yeah, exactly. The guy I hired didn't finish the job.
He sucked.
So they're walking close, and I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden they cut to a promo of something, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, what happened? What happened? Did they talk? Did they hug?
Honestly, Tori Wilson, I don't think that's Tori Wilson. She looks very different than even in her videos like that. They don't look like the same person.
Are you thinking of Stacy Keibler?
No, Tori Wilson, the one who's
Are
inducted.
you thinking of one of the Nitro Girls?
Wasn't she that too? I don't. But no, when they're showing the footage of her in your house, like that is a different person. They just call up like the past couple years, like, hey, I don't know, get like the wrong number. And this person just went with it because she doesn't like this. Does not. Her face does not look the same.
Who did that? There was someone who showed up to a wrestling event as someone, and it was not them. Because they just answered a phone call and went, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, the Zach Gowen, the other one-legged wrestler.
It was the wrong one-legged wrestler.
The wrong one-legged wrestler.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s.
I'm not gonna
What?
I just cut you out again. So after that, there was Miz versus Shane McMahon in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Those falls did count anywhere. It was a good match.
I wasn't excited.
Mostly.
Yeah, I wasn't excited for it going into it. But watching it, you know, Shane and Miz do what they do and put on a decent match. And, you know, the suplex off the camera scaffolding was pretty good.
If you remember from last week, which you weren't here for because fuck you, I said, you asked, what do you think they're going to jump off of? And I said,
Stackhouse asked.
And Stackhouse asked, yeah. I was
Stackhouse.
My dude. So he asked, what do you think they're going to jump off of? And I said, I don't know. There's a lot of things, but those sets are so particular. And I said, but in WrestleMania 10-7, Hunter and Undertaker went to that camera spot in the back, and they fell off on that giant pillow thing with a bed sheet over it, and it looked like goofy. I was like, they could do something like that again. I was like, I just hope they don't use a big pillow again. Mm-hmm. They did.
They didn't.
They did exactly that. They went to exactly that same exact tower, built the same exact way, and they just fell off a different side of it. And instead of a bed sheet, it was like a kind of particle boardy looking thing or a plasticky kind of thing.
It looked like I don't know what school they got all their gym mats from.
It was every gym mat they could find, but it also it was a legitimate crash pad.
Yeah.
Is what was in there.
Was it
sure of it.
Full Sail University?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I told you I asked the crew when I went to Royal Rumble. I pulled aside one of the crew and asked how they got their job doing ring work because I was like, I wanted to do that kind of thing. And they go, oh, I got it through my college. And I was like, you go to a college that got you ring crew at WWE? And they're like, I go to Full Sail. And I was like, go.
Yeah.
Do it.
Full circle.
I was all like, I'm an idiot. Get back to work.
Yeah.
Need a job after college? We got you.
Yeah.
This are working like that's probably Dan Patrick's like credit, like he's just runner, the guy who gets him coffee is probably just a Full Sail student.
Yeah.
Patrick?
No, Dan Patrick, the sportscaster. He also has a program.
Sports.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Patrick was the referee from WCW.
Yeah. No.
They might be related. Probably not, but they might be.
Yeah. Danica Patrick. Throw her in there too.
Yeah. The Patrick clan.